Hello everyone. In this video we'll be seeing about how to create a fuel tracker. So using iOS shortcut. So what we are going to do is every time when I fill in my tank, I need to enter my odometer reading followed by a comma followed by the amount which I used to fill in my tank. So all the values which are input will be saved in a CSV document. And at the end, at the one fine day, once we get a lot of data, we can apply various formulas and do some analytics. So for this demonstration purpose, we'll be sticking with how to create a fuel tracker. I will not go into the analysis part, which you can do based on your requirements. So let's start. I'll open shortcuts and I'll click on plus button on the top right, and I'll search and I'll click on add action, and I'll search for append to text file. So we need to create a CSV document which headers in it. So there will be 3 headers which will contain, the first header will be the date, the second header will be the odometer reading, and the third header will be the amount which I used to fill in my tank. It's not necessary to fill in only 3 headers. In case if you need, you can also fill in a 4th header with the amount of, with the liter, with the total liter which you filled in the tank. So that also you can add. But for simplicity, I'll be sticking with the odometer reading and the amount only. So I'll search for text and I'll open this. I'll drag this to the top, and we need to create header names. So which will be the date, comma, odometer reading, comma, amount. So I will create a file name called fuel.csv. In append, I just need to add in this text. So I'll click and hold this field over here, and I'll click on select variable, and I'll click text. So I need to save this in a folder. So currently I have created a folder called track inside my iPhone, on my iPhone. This is actually files application, which is by default available on all latest iPhones. So currently it's empty, we don't have any file over here. So when I just need to change this shortcuts, I'll just click and hold this shortcut, and I'll just delete this. I'll make sure that it's selected to this track folder. I'll click on open. So it's in track folder now. So we need to create the headers first. So when I run this, automatically a file will be created called fuel.csv with 3 headers in it. So currently the folder is empty, as we can see. I'll run this. So we have a file called fuel with 3 headers on the top. I'll click on done. So now we need to get user input every time when we run this shortcut. So I'll search for ask for input. I'll drag this to the top. So here we need to get user information such as the odometer reading, comma, amount. So every time when I run the shortcut, I need to fill in these 2 information. Regarding the date, I want it to be automatic. Or I want it to be automated. So I'll search for format date. I'll select this option, format date, and I will make it as a second step. I'll delete the contents from format date, and I will change it to current date. So it's going to be the date when you run the shortcut. You need to make sure that you run the shortcut on the same day when you fill in your tank. So I'll just expand this. I don't need a time, so I'll change time to none, and I just need a date alone. So that's it. Now we have to change the contents of this text. So I'll click on select variable. The first column would be the date. I'll have selected formatted date, and I'll put comma followed by a space, and the second and third column will be the input which we get from the which we would get when we run the shortcut. So I'll click on select variable and I'll select provided input, and I'll click on done. So we have created the shortcut. So every time when we run this shortcut, we just need to fill in these values. Let's see what happens now. So I'll run this shortcut now, and I need to fill in the odometer reading, and followed by comma, followed by space, and the amount which I recharged, or which I filled my tank, and I'll click on done. So we should see the contents over here. We can see the date, the odometer reading, and the amount. So for every time when you run the shortcut, a new row will be created. I'll create another I'll run the shortcut again, and I'll type in a different odometer reading and a different amount. Let me run the shortcut again. Followed by comma, followed by the amount, and I'll click on done. So we should be able to see the new row. So this is how we can create a fuel tracker. So the possibilities are endless. It's just not fuel tracker. In my iPhone, I have created various trackers. One is for every time when I go for gym, I'll run a button, I'll press on a button, and then it will automatically append the date. It will create a new row with the date, so mentioning that which will intimate me that I have went for gym on this particular day. And I have created another shortcut where it will run automatically automatically every day at a given time. It will note my private IP address, my public IP address, followed by my Wi-Fi SSID. So this is another tracker which I have created. So the possibilities are endless. You can create trackers as per your wish. Hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.